hope you're having a great day. Today I want to talk about vitamin P. What does this P stand for? Perception. Sometimes we think we need more organic food, we need more exercise, all of that stuff, more meditation, more chanting, all of that's great. But most of our problems in life, most of our stress, most of our inability to achieve what we desire comes from a lack of perception. You see, everything that you feel right now is based on the mindset that you have, your belief system over the years. Your mindset and your belief system is dependent on many things. Your childhood, what your parents taught you, what you experienced as a child, as a teenager, as a young adult, the kind of relationships you've been in, the relationships you've had with people, family members, colleagues, friends, all of this, all of these little things shape how we think today, what we believe in, how we feel about a particular topic. So the whole point is, it comes down to the word perception. What's happening in today's world is people are following trends, fads. Everyone has different perceptions. Like I said, it's not your fault. For the longest time, people thought that type 2 diabetes cannot be reversed. Thyroid cannot be made better. So patients lived with the mindset that, oh, I need to be on this medicine for a lifetime. I remember the first time I did a talk at one of the colleges and universities in the US where we spoke about integrative medicine, and I spoke about this. People were like shocked that it could be. Then we broke down the science, showed them examples, showed them testimonials, how it could be done, and then they were like, wow, we always thought it could never be reversed. Perception, mindset, belief. 2 months ago, I was in New York and I had the privilege of addressing all the top CEOs and their families across New York. It was so interesting for them to see their jaws drop when you spoke about, yes, there is a lot that you can do for cancer over and above treatment. You take your treatment, but if you don't manage the side effects, you don't address the root cause, you don't look at rebuilding the body after the treatment. They were like, we didn't know about this. We just thought it's treatment and that's it. So the point is, our perception can become very limiting for us. Our perception, most people think that fat loss is difficult, that fat loss needs you to starve. Fat loss needs you to punish yourself with exercise. Fat loss needs you to live a very stringent life. That's your perception. It's not the truth. Fat loss is very easy when you understand what the root cause of your fat gain is. And then you make the right action plan according to that. Or it's your autoimmune condition, your diabetes, whatever disease you have. It's the same thing in relationships. Today, most people are scared, and ask them, why are you scared? And then they relate other people's stories, other people's failures in love, other people's suffering. And they don't understand, it's their perception. Other people's stories and suffering doesn't have to become your own. So you see, the way we perceive things is everything. It's our peace, it's our inner joy, it's our ability to succeed. So whatever stress you may have in life, whatever problems you may have in life, before you jump into solutions and action and difficult action plans, what's your perception of that? Finding the right perception of what you see in your life could be your biggest solution. Like so many people suffering in stress is their resistance. So many people suffering in stress is their entitlement. How could this happen to me? Of course it could happen to you. Who the hell are you? You're like everyone else. It can happen to anyone. You can fall out of love, you can get a disease, you can meet with an accident, you can lose that job, your business may not do well. It can happen to anyone. You've seen the best of businesses crash. You've seen the most famous of people unfortunately crash. You've seen the healthiest people get sick. This entitlement is a wrong perception. But when we make peace with it and we understand that anything can happen to anyone, not with a pessimistic lens, but with a lens of understanding that we are all just grains of sand and anything can happen to us. Then we start living with purpose, gratitude, compassion, doing the things that are right for our body, for our mind, for our health, for our relationships. Otherwise, we're just living on assumption. We're just living on what society is teaching us all the time, which is absolutely not correct because society at this point is sick in many ways. Why do I say that society is sick? I don't say it in a negative way. Look around you. We have so much access to knowledge, information, apps that bring us comfort and instant gratification. You have sex available everywhere. You have everything. But yet, emotional and mental health is at its highest. Suicides, broken relationships, unfulfilled marriages, broken businesses, crashing tempers, all of that stuff. Society's sick. There's a problem. There's a symptom and a root cause that has to be addressed. The point is, it starts with perception. How do you see love? How do you see health? How do you see excess fat and weight gain? How do you see disease? How do you see, life, evolution, happiness, fulfillment? Or are you stuck in a box that society put you in? Their definition of happiness, their definition of success. Look around today. No one feels enough. Everyone's chasing all the time. That's because you don't feel enough. You don't feel your money's enough. You don't feel your health is enough. You don't feel that your looks are enough. Of course, if you have a problem, fix it. If it's not enough, do something about it. But this feeling of feeling inadequate all the time never lets you feel that enough is enough. And until we learn as human beings to decide when enough is enough, we're constantly struggling, aspiring, and then we call it ambition. Society calls it ambition. But in this ambition, you're so unhappy. You're so burnt out. It's not ambition, it's foolishness. This inadequateness comes from comparison because we're constantly comparing our lives, our bodies, our health with everyone else. So you start to feel inadequate. Yesterday, your life was perfect until you saw someone else's life and you started comparing yourself. Yesterday, the amount of money in your bank balance was enough. You have a happy family, happy life until you started comparing your bank balance with richer people. Your car was doing the best job for you, but now you started comparing what car your friend has. And now you feel inadequate. You don't feel enough. And that's where our problem and suffering comes from. Perception, vitamin P. Where do you need to put vitamin P into your life? A cup of coffee. Today, anything people do with fear. Oh, look, I'm drinking a cup of coffee. I read on Google that this is bad. That's your perception of information. Everything on Google is information. There's a big difference between information and knowledge. Information is just information. Knowledge is your ability to take that information and use it the right way. Wisdom is knowing how to use knowledge and information. So people are only filling their heads with content. What is content? Information. You still got to have the wisdom to take that information, use it. You have to have the knowledge to be able to understand that, okay, this makes sense, let me use it. I don't have to use everything. I've learned something new. I don't have to go back and change my entire life that was working for me. I just take information and use it the right way. That's knowledge. But the point is, people are filling themselves up with spiritual readings, diets, health, relationships, reading more books on money. I'm not saying don't learn. Never stop learning. How much? How many books have you read? Now go back and reflect. How much have you practiced? People read spirituality and they feel great because it makes you feel good. My next question is, you've learned things. How much of it are you practicing? How much of it are you putting into action? You heard a great talk. Great, you feel good. What are you going to take away from it? What are you going to practice with consistency and discipline? That makes all the difference. Perception is everything. Today everyone looks, oh, my family let me down. My husband said something. My wife said something. My girlfriend did this. Communicate, talk, understand. Want to move on, move on. But change your perception. Don't think that your marriage or your relationship or your business has to be perfect, picture perfect, like what the movies and cheap entertainment teaches you all the time. It's like pornography. You keep watching porn all the time and you expect your partner to perform that way. It's not possible. It's impossible. And now you start building up inadequacy, non-performance, greed, aggression, false expectations. It's exactly like that. That's why pornography ruins the lives of women, men, young children and stuff like that, because it's false. It's absolutely false. So the whole point is perception is everything. You have the wrong perception of sex because you're getting your knowledge and information from pornography. You have the wrong perception of health because you're following trash accounts or you want quick fixes. You believe that there's a weight loss pill or a magic exercise out there that can fix your problems. Wrong perception. Your perception of love and marriage is built on the suffering of what people project in society. Wrong. There are so many great marriages. There are so many great relationships. There are so many people deeply in love. Right? If everyone was suffering, agreed, we have a problem. But everyone isn't. It's your perception. So add some vitamin P to your life. Perception is everything. It could reduce your stress, anxiety, your suffering, and everything else. It's the way you see it. And if you have mindsets and belief systems that are limiting you, don't feed them anymore. Create new ones. How do you create new ones? By thinking new thoughts, thoughts that serve you, and thinking of them on repeat mode, because that's how you form a new mindset and new belief. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great week ahead. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.